the steamer Delta Queen is now preparing to depart Evansville, Indiana, for Louisville, Kentucky, and Cincinnati, Ohio.
Gliding majestically over the great water highways of America, you'll discover the heritage of our country and the romance of a steamboat journey on the Delta Queen. The first steamboat plied the waters of the Mississippi and Ohio in 1811. Travel and trade boomed, along with the number of paddle wheelers, creating prosperity in the north and an empire in the south. The highlight of an era, the steamboat was the epitome of elegance, graciousness, and romance. But Americans demanded a faster pace, and the riverboat steamers slowly faded from prominence as the railroad stormed the country. Built in 1926, the steamer Delta Queen is the last vestige of a bygone age. Listed in the National Register of Historic Places, she has delighted passengers on the Mississippi and Ohio for over 30 years. While retaining the charm and grace of her ancestors, she has been carefully modernized for the contemporary traveler. Warm, comfortable, friendly feelings surround you. The chief purser tells why.
Well, we have more of a family atmosphere on board, and the passengers enjoy the wood, the slowness of it, the relaxation, and seeing the small towns along the river. You know, you get in the outside world, you go on an expressway, you're doing 55 miles an hour. Everything is rush, rush. And come on here, you're down to 5 miles going against the current. Maybe we'll do 15 going with the current, but everything slows down. Becomes more doing things with people. You begin to see people on a regular basis, and they make friends.
The cordial, all-American staff hosts a full spectrum of activities, from the sophisticated to the leisurely.
Probably the most thing with this position as cruise director is to get the people to relax, to let out a few inhibitions, and simply throw down the everyday routine and say, hey, let's have fun.
Just like the old days, steamboat hospitality and service are unbeatable as ever. But the pinnacle of delights is undoubtedly the food. Sumptuous full-course meals are served in a style fit for a king and queen. America, it's close at hand when you're on the river.
It's just wonderful. And the nice part is that you have scenery on both sides. You're not out in the middle of the ocean where once in a while you have a little land. And it reminds me of my youth when I lived in a small town.
The towns along the upper Mississippi and Ohio reflect the traditional values and moral strengths still characteristic of the Midwest. You'll find many interesting places to visit during the cruise. Nearly every day there's a shore tour where you'll discover America. Great mansions are evidence of the fortunes of fur traders at Prairie du Chien. You'll tour Nauvoo, where Mormons built a prosperous community in the early 1840s. Hannibal, The boyhood home of Mark Twain is the setting for his two timeless novels, Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. The gateway city, St. Louis, pays tribute to the thousands who made the journey west with this phenomenal arch and museum. Stop off in Louisville, home of Churchill Downs, where the world's fastest horses have competed for over 100 years.
That one on the other side runs on about 185 pounds.
One of the best tours is on the boat itself, where the inner workings operate with the precision of a grandfather clock. Part of a trip on the Delta Queen is taking a lock. Locks were created in the 1930s as part of a system to open the rivers to year-round navigation. On the upper Mississippi, you'll travel through 25 locks on a week-long journey from St. Paul to St. Louis. The Ohio boasts 11 locks on a 5-night cruise between Cincinnati and St. Louis. Part of floating on a riverboat, slowly making way midstream, is experiencing the river in all her moods. Nightly entertainment by the riverboat ramblers brings to life an old-fashioned showboat tradition. Mardi Gras night, a time when everyone really lets down their hair and kicks up their heels. Let in the sights and sounds of New Orleans, a great place to begin a cruise on the lower Mississippi. Right out of a storybook, the antebellum mansions of the Deep South are the last remnants of a relaxed, genteel lifestyle. At one time, half the millionaires in America lived in this area, trading cotton for the refinements of Europe. And then, the Civil War. The Vicksburg National Military Park is the site of one of the best-known battles of the war. It was here 10,000 Confederate troops fought to hold the Gibraltar of the Mississippi and lost. From battlefields and banjos to moonlight on the water, a cruise on the Delta Queen is always something special.
The paddle wheel makes us feel like we're going back into another generation. It's a time that we just heard stories about.
The boat is something that doesn't exist anymore on the river except on the Delta Queen.
Gliding majestically from one century to the next and back again, a journey on the Delta Queen mixes history and romance, dreams and memories.